The first wedding actually was officiated by God Himself. When He has created the stars and the heavens and everything in the universe, then finally He created the animals and then man. But then He saw that man was alone, Adam was alone. And the Bible says it's not good for man to be alone. So I will make him a helper suitable for him. The birds that flew in the sky, they flew in pairs. The fishes that swam in the sea swam in pairs. The animals that walk on the earth, they walk in pairs. But poor Adam was alone. So God said it's not good. I'm sure God also have seen Kinman all these years alone. So, He created and let Lydia met them in Singapore.
Dear Lydia, what can I say? We've come this far. I remember clearly having met you for the first time in Ireland. Back in the year 2014, that was when I asked you where you were from. And later you replied, asking me back the question, why don't you guess? I never really answered that question because I thought to myself, she must be an angel from up above. How could someone be so gentle and nice and sweet all at the same time?
When I was young, my mom used to tell me that it's God's will who you will marry, because if it's not God's will for you to marry someone, no matter how hard you try, you won't marry the person. So I end up with you. No, I'm joking. Then when I was in my teens, my dream was to study abroad. Then after missing a few boats, God gave me a prophecy, and He made the dream of studying abroad come true a year after the prophecy. And not knowing which country I'll go to, I wrote a prayer to God on what are the qualities I want in a husband, and asked God to take over the wheels and write my love story. I don't want to be writing these vows just for the sake of going through the motions and saying all this for the sake of saying it. So if I forget this, maybe 20 years later, when we are 40, and when we are in our 50s, which is about 30 years later, oh no, you all know my age. This is not planned to say, sorry. So if I forget all this, please remind me.
Zoom forward 4 years, 10 months, 16 days, 4 minutes. Here we are, standing in front in the midst of everyone in my secondary school chapel, reading our vows to each other. So here it goes. Here it goes. I promise to share with you
I promise to
a portion of my
continue doing
food,
photography with
no
you.
matter how delicious or how hungry I am.
And I promise to improve my badminton skills.
I promise to be less naggy, especially when I'm hangry or when I'm tired after a 24-hour shift.
So that I can join you in the court and not be the one that you will smash at, no lah.
I promise to tuck you into bed every day.
I promise to try different makan places with you,
I promise to be your 24-hour doctor,
including those that will sweat a lot
cook,
and hawker food.
dishwasher, toilet cleaner, plumber, food delivery man, rubbish thrower. I promise that through each stage of our lives, to love you, to cherish you, and to support you by being your best friend. I promise to be with you through life's peaks and valleys, through the good times and the not so good times. I promise to be your check and balance whenever you're faced with tough financial choices. My pockets may not be that deep enough to swim in, but they're more than adequate to get you your favorite gown. And last but not least, I promise to evolve to be the best version of myself for you, to be your lifelong partner, to be your permanent travel buddy.
I also promise to do crazy YOLO stuff with you, like suddenly you come back, you say you want to go 12 a.m. movie, and then the next day you have to work. And I promise to experiment different cooking and different stuff with you, and also loving you when your hair are all grey and when you lose your sideburns. Well, anyway, I still prefer you before your braces. I promise to follow you where God sends you, even if it's to some unknown place that I don't expect to, and to help you through your exams, and to allow the laughter to remain in our home when we are old. And I think you'll like this. I promise to give you the massages even when I'm tired. And last but not least, to make sure you make it for church and to lead our kids in God's ways. After all this, I can just say one thing, that I'm glad that I let God take over the wheels and write our love story.